Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, we real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we afraid the fan base, like the links, Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Knicks real talk. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Salute. What's good, man? We in the building. Game day, Knicks real talk. Divine shot. We in the building, man. On the night before, we want to get it popping over tonight because just in case tomorrow, we won't be able to do the things we do. But we ready to get it popping, man. Knicks in the first game of the playoff series against the Miami Heat tomorrow. The world most famous arena. Shot power. Let's get it popping.
Yeah, salute to the chat. Salute to you, Divine. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Real talk, man. Salute to the chat and everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in, man. But yeah, this all goes down in about 15 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Game one, Knicks and Miami here at the world most famous arena tomorrow. 1 o'clock game, man. It's gonna be kind of electrifying all over the place. I know we want to get a good night's sleep before we can get up tomorrow and get ready and start this thing, man. Second round, here we go. It's gonna be a phenomenal series, man. A lot of stuff we're gonna get into and break down tonight. Get into some player team stats from both sides and NBA stats. Just get into a lot of stuff, man. Lead up to game time tomorrow, man. But I'm really super excited, man. It's electric, man. The energy and the atmosphere is out there, man. Even in New York City, man. You can go on Twitter anywhere. It's all orange and blue skies, man. Real talk, man. So I'm super excited. I can't wait till tomorrow. And let's get this thing started, man. Salute to the chat, man. JJ, what's good, my man? Raymond Bentley, Nixon Knight, salute to you as well. Thank y'all for coming in, man, on this beautiful Saturday night. But it all goes down tomorrow, man. We're gonna get it popping. So I'm really looking forward, man. Knicks in round one. Let's get it, Shot Powers.
Yeah, man. Big game. Start of the series. Game one in the Garden, 1 p.m. Sunday. High intensity. The Garden's going to be pumping. The Knicks fans are going to be crazy. And I think the Knicks are going to come out to play some good basketball, man. So, let's get into all the stuff that we need to talk about. You know what I mean? Because I really think that the Knicks have a great chance of pulling off this game one.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. You can't, coming off a beautiful series against Cleveland, 4 games to 1. Defense was stellar. The guys who need to step up, stepped up, being that Julius Randle took a little injury turn, and so they quit and grind. But our team came and played as a collective unit, man, and they got us out of that first round series 4 games to 1, which I'm glad because Miami got out of theirs too 4 games to 1. So it kind of just sets up for this extraordinary game about to go down tomorrow and the rest of the series, to be honest with you. So we're hoping that guys be ready to come out there, which I think they are. I know they are. Ready to get out there and perform, man, and just go out there and do what you've been doing. And I like our chances, man. I really does. I really like our chances, man. So let's hope that we can go out there and accomplish what we want to accomplish and keep that home court advantage by winning that game tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we do, man. I think we run 1 or 2 of the sets like we ran against Cleveland as they rotate to oh my God, I forgot this guy's name again, Divine. Butler. Jesus, what is wrong with me tonight? I think they run the same routine that they ran against Donovan Mitchell to Butler as that quasi quick double team, staggered double team, or shift the whole team to one side to eliminate him trying to drive the ball and score the ball. Jimmy Butler's a great player, man. He gets to the free throw line a whole lot. So this is one thing that we have to try to contain him. I believe if we can contain him, you know what I mean, the last couple of games, I did not know that this guy is his average in the playoffs, man. And this team shooting in the playoffs, man, is really good, man. For them coming from being 2 games behind us to try to make the 5th seed, 4th seed, and all that other stuff, they're dropping down to the playoffs, losing the first round in the playoffs, and advancing from that game on to where they are now is extraordinary. And these guys are out for blood, man. You can't forget 2 years ago, these guys was in the same predicament trying to make the Eastern Conference Finals as well. So this is a durable team. I got confidence against this team because we beat them 3 times. 2 times we beat them, and 1 time Randall made that miraculous shot. 3 seconds left on the clock, 3-point dagger to take it home for us. So you know, it all depends on how we come out and who we come out with. Is Randall going to play? Is Grimes going to play? You know what I mean? Who's going to start if Grimes is going to play, and so on and so forth. So I'm just ready to get into it, Divine, man. What you think? If Grimes is ready tomorrow, who you think start, Grimes or Hart?
You know what?
Jay Hart, excuse me.
I think the Knicks throw Jay Hart in here. Bring Grimes.
I hope so too.
Yeah, bring him back gradually. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, like Tom Tudor say, he's a part of this thing. You know, Quentin Grimes is a part of this thing. It doesn't matter who start or finish, like he would say. But I would prefer Jay Hart, because Jay Hart had a good track record against Jimmy Butler on the defense side of the ball, and also he's going to put pressure on him guy because he gets up and down the floor as well. So you help him on the defense side of the ball because he played Jimmy Butler really well. And then on the other side of the ball, because he liked to push the pace a lot too, that put Jimmy Butler on their heel to have to get in and run up and down the floor. So I definitely like that when Rashad Powell. I really think that that we can use Jay Hart in that starting lineup. I wouldn't be mad at that whatsoever.
Yeah, so me as well. I believe that even with Quentin Grimes coming back, I don't think we rush it back into the starting lineup. Josh Hart has been running the started unit for the last couple of games since he's been out. I mean, actually the whole 3 games, the last 3 games of the series, and I think that he plays the best defense against Butler. You know what I mean? RJ plays pretty good defense against him, and so does Quentin Grimes. They all play decent defense against him, but the one of the best statistically is Jay Hart. So I think I would go with Jay Hart starting in this round 2 first game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, for me, Rashad Powell was interesting that I know a lot of talk is about Jimmy Butler, but I think for me it's more important that the Knicks guard that 3-point line. That's what Jimmy Butler. That's where it seems like the Heat with Nick Strauss, and these guys, Kyle Lowry. Now they starting to catch fire in the playoffs. And Eric Spoelstra did say in the regular season he thought they was starting to come and get together on that level. He said they haven't really got the best of the Heat in the regular season. They wasn't shooting well. They were one of the lowest scoring teams in the league actually, in the regular season. But you know, they seem like they got their groove and everything like that. And going against Milwaukee, they started knocking them down. So
40%.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that the Knicks be able to run these guys off that 3-point line tomorrow. And you know, Jimmy Butler. You know, I know a lot of out there in the atmosphere, a lot of Jimmy Butler noise. But Jimmy Butler is only one guy. You know what I mean? And I think the Knicks, at least the Knicks team, and everybody, they understand that. We know he's a dog, but you know, his numbers against the Knicks lately ain't been that great. You know what I mean? I think 14-point game at MSG, whatever. Something like that. So I'm confident that our guys go out there and do whatever we got to do. But I think the main thing is to guard that 3-point line, because Duncan Robinson and these guys can shoot that ball from out there. And I do think Rashad Powell is another thing. To me, is I understand Milwaukee was the number 1 seed and everything, but you know what though? Them cats is like 32 years old or better. A lot of them guys, other than Giannis, you know, Brooklyn Lopez and what's his name, Jay Crowder and these guys, and Wesley Matthews and Drew Holiday and
they're a whole bunch of vets. You're right.
A lot of older vets. Yeah, you know, they're a whole lot of older vets. And you caught my man not 100%. So I get it. But I think this Knicks team is different. You know, so let's see how it goes, man. But I do believe that 3-point shooting is important, that we put a cap on that and then lock that down if we want to win the series the way I think we're gonna win it.
I mean, if you want to ask me if we had if we had the Bucks and they didn't have Giannis, where would we fare against them? I think we'd be in the same predicament. So I think if you gave us 3 games without Giannis, 3 games and 1 game with Giannis at about 50%, yeah, I would have took those odds any day of the week, twice on Sundays. So, and I believe, Drew Holiday is a great defender, but against Jimmy Butler, which is, he's like 6'5", 6'7". He's a big guy, man. He can play multiple positions. He could do the 2. He could play the 3. He plays Randall once in a blue moon, so he's big enough to play the 4 position. So, you need somebody that can, have an outreach arms on him, long arm span, somebody that could play him straight up and stuff like that. And not taking anything from Drew Holiday, but Drew Holiday, if I'm not mistaken, is only 6'2", 6'3". And Butler was dominating that. And they played a different style of matchup. They really, I looked at, we'll look at the stats in a little bit, how they really had a lot of assists because of the way they played their defense. And I don't think, I'm not, just for what I see, I'm just a Knicks fan and stuff like that. But as the games that we played them, they didn't get off as much. They had times, but the pressure that we applied to them, running them off the 3-point line, putting pressure on Jimmy Butler, putting pressure on everybody else. It was one guy, I can't remember his name, the light-skinned dude with the braids, man. He was killing us every time we played.
Martin. Martin.
Yeah, I think that's his name, man. He killed us a little bit. I wasn't Martin. I think it was the other dude with the beard. I'll look his name up. I'll look his name up. I can't think of his name right this second. Vincent was tearing us up, man. Vincent was tearing us up. So that's the guy. It's 2 guys that, the same way that our matchups are what's going to win us the game. If our matchups supersede their matchups, that's I believe that's what we win on. I also believe that if we can shore up our 3-point shooting, we don't have to be 40%, but if we could get 36%, 37%, I think we can beat them in the long run. Another thing that we did great in that last series that we played with pace. We got the ball up the floor, and big contribute. We need big contribute. We need for Obi Toppin to contribute like he did the last game. By pushing the pace, running up and down the court, hitting some big 3-point shots and stuff like that. So I think the same things that we're talking about, I think Tibbs and talk to them about it, and I think they'll be ready tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's all systems go on. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, that 3-point, Vincent, Robinson,
Vincent.
Yeah, don't care. They and Lowry and them. I think the most important thing to me is for the New York Knicks to make them put the ball on the floor and have to go towards Mitchell Robinson. If they want to win this series easily, like I think they can, if they make them guys put that ball on the floor and don't settle for a 3-point shot and make them go towards the front of the rim, then I think we got something brewing then. Because I think if you take away their 3-point shot, it's game over. I just think
right.
And I really think that's what we're gonna have to do, because these cats gonna come play hard, man. These cats, like you said, 2 years ago, they was right there. But this is a different team they're playing, man. And the New York team is really locked in right now. They clicking on all cylinders, man. Granted, our 3-point ball ain't there, but people also gotta remember we played one of the best defense teams in the playoffs and in the East and in the NBA in the first round. So that gives me confidence, because we played a really good, one of the better defensive teams, if not the best, in the regular season in the first round. So we're not going into this second round worried about their defense, because we played one of the better teams on defense already. So I think that's a huge advantage for the Knicks. It's not like you coming in, you playing a team who was at the bottom, the lower echelon of playing defense, and then you're going up against a team who played good defense. No, we already played a high echelon team that was in the top of the food chain of defense. So we're not going to be rattled by too much. Other than them cats, they real aggressive at the ball. They steal. They phenomenal at stealing the ball, getting in lanes. So we just got to be poised, be patient, and just make the right reads and all that stuff. But I'm confident because I think our team played a real good defensive basketball team in the first round, and we gave them the business. That gives me a lot of confidence about our team moving forward. So I apologize because of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that, man. And like you said, Devon, we played them tough. Every game that we played them this season, the 4 games that we played them, every game was a tough game. You know what I mean? And another big factor that we have to watch out for is Kevin Love. You know what I mean? Kevin Love has caught fire shooting 3-pointers. And towards the end of the season, end of the year, he had fell down a little bit. I think he was around 31%, 29. He was very low in this percentage, but he has picked it back up. So we have to watch out for him. But I'm not really so worried about him depending on who we have on the court. And I mean, if Julius Randle is on the court, you know, I think if they put Julius Randle on the court, I think Abayu plays Randle, and then you got Mitchell Robinson dominating on the defensive rebounds and the offensive rebounds against Kevin Love, or however we said if it's Mitchell Robinson or iHeart, you know what I mean. So let's see how they get out here and run the pace, man. I'm hoping watch, like we were talking about in the background. Tibbs had a little commentary on the way they're going to play the basketball and who's possibly to play and stuff like that. And he said, you know, Quentin Grimes is questionable and Randle is a game time decision. At least that's what I wanted to hear. I'm not that's what I wanted to hear. So I'm hoping that we could get to see Randle. I hope he rested that foot. He could come out here and give us 22, 24, 28 minutes and stuff like that. Give OB a couple of minutes, give OB some minutes out there to, take the pressure off of Randle like they did when he first came back. And let's see what we get out there, man. I think with all our team, with all our pieces, the way we play, like you said, Devon, playing against the number 1 defensive team in the East last year, and I mean in this season, we shut them down to under 100 points every time we beat them. So if we could get out and run that same swing type defense, that stutter double team or that blitz and double team to get the ball out of Butler's hand. Damn, I almost missed his name again, Devon. What is wrong with me today? To get the ball out of Butler's hand, I think we have a greater chance of winning.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like JJ said, everybody, like I said, you cut that 3-point shot down out there, make them put the ball on the floor, make them come toward the rim. There's a lot of variables in this game that give me so much confidence in this Knicks team is because of the way we went through the first round. The Knicks went through the first round, Shaw Powell, and they were still healthy. Down one of their best players, down one of their better defenders. I mean, they beat these cats 4-1. And they wasn't at full strength. So that's to me. And yeah, I know Miami got some good 3-point shooting, but Donovan Mitchell, from a scoring perspective, he neutralized Jimmy Butler. Let's say hypothetically, and let's say Darius Garland, he'd give you Bam Adebayo numbers. Let's say they neutralize each other, and then but then I look on our side of the ball. R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, and Julius Randle. I still think our 3 is better than they start. Their big 3, I don't think they're better than our big 3. I really believe that. And I think don't get me wrong, Jay Fenton, he makes it hard on Jalen Brunson, a couple of games this year, but that's not now. I mean, so let's see how it goes. I think Tom Thibodeau probably did all the tape homework he could do. I just think our team is overall just a better team. Like we beat Cleveland 3-1 in the regular season, and we went on and I think it's going to be the same way. I know Miami got hold of Milwaukee. They caught Milwaukee at the right time. They was hot. Milwaukee was kind of, after that injury to Giannis, like I said, they was kind of, they wasn't the Milwaukee Bucks of the old. But that just also goes to show you, too, that, he was the only – Chris Middleton wasn't really fully ready. He was ready. Yeah. He wasn't the Chris Middleton like last year or the year before. So other than Giannis, They didn't have that extra guy. Well, we don't have that problem on New York Knicks because the way R.J. Barrett playing right now, the way Jalen Brunson playing, and believe it or not, that game Julius Randle played the other day before he got hurt was phenomenal to me. That was one of the better games I've seen Julius Randle play all year. I think
16 points, yeah.
Yeah, you had stated right before that game, like, no shoot 3-pointer, Julius, keep going bully.
Drive the ball, drive.
And I do not think Kevin Love can handle no Julius Randle if he do that. If Julius Randle do that, it's over. That's all I can say. If Julius Randle do what he did against Evan Mobley, and that front line, Cleveland got ain't nowhere athletic and big as they are. You know what I mean? I like our chances there. I like our play in the paint. I think he get it. I think Brunson get downhill. He could get it. RJ, the way he driving the ball going downhill, just go at these cats. Go at them. And because they don't have a lot of rim protection down there. So I think it's going to be important that we do the things we do best, and that's go down the paint, rebound the ball. It's going to be interesting, man. So, but I'm confident though. I'm really confident, man. I have my confidence haven't wavered about everybody caught up in what they did in Milwaukee. That don't mean nothing to me. That's just, you know what, one team was hot, one was not. That's all that is. So I think we go out there and execute the game plan, man, and it's gonna be a funny sided game. But I definitely think the Knicks gonna walk out there with a victory, no question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being a little biased right now, and I probably will change the way I'm thinking. But I'm thinking 5 games. I'm thinking two games. New York, they win both games in New York. They lose the first game in Miami. They win the second game in Miami, come back for the 5th game when we in the building and win it all.
We in the building.
Let's get it.
That's why we got to go for. We got to go 2 home, 1 on Miami. And like you said, come back to the Garden for Game 5 for the closeout.
That's what I'm hoping, man. I mean, you know, I think it could be closer to a 6 game, but I wanted to be in 5 when we in the building. Yes, so let's make that happen and you know, bring that into fruition, man. These guys are ready to play, and I know they're ready to play because the way they have played the last series, like you said, Divine, without Julius Randle, without Quentin Grimes, without RJ for the first 2 or 3 games or so, IQ not having a good game the first two games or so, and we still came out and won 4 out of 5 games, you know what I mean? And you know, next man, they've been playing all year long with that next man up mentality, man. And I really appreciate what the Knicks are doing and how Tom Thibodeau is coaching this team.
Yeah, real talk, man. I think I'm gonna throw some numbers up in a few. We'll break down some numbers and everything like that. But what's interesting to me is that, you know, like I said, we got through that first round without a healthy Julius Randle, without a healthy Quentin Grimes. And Thibodeau said something in a press conference when I was watching earlier. He said, listen, if Julius Randle don't go, we got more than enough. That's confidence. You know, he said, if Julius Randle don't go, we got more than enough. That's confident. He know what he got down there, because you know what? That Obi Toppin X factor. That Tom Thibodeau said, we might have to play a different style of a game, but I got enough. You know what I mean? Because all that does is give Quickly more shots, give Obi more shots. So the guys that normally don't get the amount of shots that they normally would get with Julius Randle playing, because which is rightfully so, he's that dude. But now if he don't play, a lot of them cats who don't, and normally when he playing, might get a little bit more shots that they normally don't get when he's not there. So I think Tom Thibodeau, listen, if he ain't there, I know Obi can get me 12 to 13. I know Quickly can get me 17 to 19. You know, I know Grimes can get me this and that. And so I think he understands. He knows Josh Hart to step up and get him 17 or whatever if he needed. So I think that's a confidence that Tom Thibodeau had, whether Julius Randle plays the first game or not. I think he still believes that we could beat these cats without him because we got enough firepower, and we said it's a deep team anyway. And I really believe that's what I'm with him on that, man. I'm pretty much adapted to everything this man has talked about. The little we've been talking about on this, we'll talk the whole season. So I just like he's confident, man. I'm confident too. I'm like, listen, these cats got a good team down here. What do we need to tell y'all? The New York Knicks is a good basketball team. It don't need to be reiterated no more. I mean, the eye test don't lie, the numbers don't lie. So that's what gives me the confidence, just like it gives him the confidence. Like, listen, I got some good dogs down here. I got some good players. They're well developed. They're well coached, and they go play hard shot power. So I think that's what gives him the confidence, whether Julius Randle play or not, that they still can get the job done. So let's see how it goes, man. Real quick salute to the chat, man. William, what's popping? WT, William Woods, Papa Francisco, JJ, G Money, everybody. Salute everybody in the chat, man. We came on game day tonight because it's an early game tomorrow. We want everybody to really get in there and get it, man. Fabian, Will, everybody, Johnny Davis, salute that whole chat, man. But it's all good, man. I'm excited. I know y'all excited. Like I said, we about 14 and a half hours away before they throw that ball up in the air. And the garden going to be electrifying. It's going to be buzzing. We talking like 90s Knicks to now. You know what I mean? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be amped, juiced up, the whole thing, man. I'm excited about it, man. You can throw every acronym out there, and I think it applies to this game right here. I think this is probably going to be the best playoff series in the playoffs, this game right here. Other than Boston and the Boston Celtics in the 76er rivalry, Larry Bird against Dr. J and all them guys, things of that nature for all the guys who remember that stuff. Back in them days, you know, that Sixers and Boston should be a special one. You know, they got advantage with my man.
Giannis, I mean, yeah, he's hurt. Embiid is hurt.
Yeah, but I still like that series. I think that's going to go 7, man. I wouldn't if he get to play. I wouldn't be surprised if James Harden and boy pull that off down here. So, but I know we got to take care of business in New York, and I think that's what we're going to do. Come out here and play some good basketball and take care of our game. I really believe we might be but I just could see this field that the Knicks is about to go to the Eastern Conference Final. I know it's one game at a time. I get all that. I get the one game at a time, but you know I like to predict. You know what I mean? And my predictions, you know, that keeps me on cue. And I know that I'm speaking the right stuff when I do these predictions. So I try to predict just to say, let me see in my mind where it's supposed to be, and am I speaking truth to power? I'm confident. I'm confident in the Knicks' ability, man, and get me confident as an analyst and as a content creator and just a person who loves basketball to make sure that my mindset is the same way like the Knicks mindset. That's pretty much just piggybacking off the Knicks do. You know, and that's how I do. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever the Knicks is thinking about is pretty much what I'm thinking about. Well, I'm hoping they're thinking the same way I'm thinking. But I'm confident, though. I'm super excited about this thing, man. They haven't let us down yet. I don't think they're going to let us down now. I think getting through that first round with Cleveland Shot Powers against a team like that with a lot of obstacles in our front in our way. In the front court, Donovan Mitchell in the back court, you know, they had obstacles there. We found a way to go through them. Don't go under, don't go over them. Just go through them. And we went through them. All the obstacles they threw in front, we went right through them, man. So that gives me just a lot of confidence in this team. But real quick, let me throw up some of the stats right quick, man. I want you guys to check out some numbers this issue we're talking about up there. If you look, for me, let me see. My last prediction was right. We composed, yeah, absolutely. Will 100 on that one, my brother. Real talk. I remember that. But yeah, Shop Power. Real quick, the chat. I'm gonna stop your chat after this for a minute, and then I get y'all back on the screen. If you look at our guys, let's look at our guys through this playoff, 2003 playoffs. Jalen Brunson 24 game, RJ 17, Randall's 14, which we know that's a little deceiving because he hurt, not playing. Josh Hart 11, Amanda Quickly 9, Obi Toppin 8, Mitchell Robinson 8, Harkenstein 4. Here's another one that's kind of deceptive because he's been hurt. 3 points a game, almost 4. Quentin Grimes. So we know hopefully he that might go up to 10, 11. You know what I mean? This Randall's numbers might go up to 18, 19, 20, 23, 24 if he's healthy, if he be able to do what he do. So I think this is a little deceiving for the amount of points because I think you can put that up there with this one, you know, with Jalen Brunson, which is Julius Randle. And obviously Quentin Grimes, 3 point, obviously in the regular season, around 11, something like that, 12 points a game. So from a number standpoint, we let 99.6 a game team average in the first round. The rebounding number was pretty stellar, 45 a game. My top dog obviously was Mitchell Robinson, and that's another deceiving statement. Stat shot how could Randall in the playoffs is only 6.4 because of the injury when you know he putting up almost 10 rebounds a game. So you know that's another stat that I think hopefully if he play that changes the rebound numbers a little more. But so I think that's another stat that we got to bank on. That you know what, if you put Julius Randle back at his regular season number, the Quentin Grimes at his regular season numbers, I think that 99 a game against a stellar team like Cleveland Cavaliers defense, we take that up to almost close to our season average. So I do think we will score more against the Miami Heat. I believe that. Like I think our front court will with Julius Randle will be back there, man. Whether game 1, game 2, he will be back. But I think that's going to make a huge difference. The minutes distribution wasn't too bad for us at all. The assist numbers, I would love to see him get that up because my point guard 4.8. Randall, obviously, he only had 3, but he was, like I said, he hindered. So a lot of these things are deceiving with him and Quentin Grimes because they didn't get to play a lot of minutes. So, but other than that, everything else was pretty stellar. The blocks per game, 4.6. That was decent. Him and Hartenstein doing it, and Josh Hart doing it down there. The steals, 10 a game. That's pretty decent. And so I'm comfortable with the numbers that I see there. Other than the 3-point shooting, that we need to definitely get that up. And I go down to the splits down here, the shooting splits. If you look at the shooting splits, 3-point percentage was only 28. But like I said, that's you playing a good defense team there. We didn't, so you got to give a foul down. The Chatty Stripe, 75%. We didn't, like you said, you want to get that up to 79, 80, like you always talk about. Obviously, field goal percentage 43. We love to see that be around 45 to 47 in this series, in this second round series. I think it's definitely doable. Like I said, they don't have that rim protection down there like them cats got. And we'll see how it goes. But the numbers to me is pretty. They are what they are. So hopefully that we can improve them a little bit more. And if we do that, I think we'd be okay. I don't foresee these cats keeping these same numbers against Miami, especially with the lack of, I would say, rim protection they got other than Bam Adebayo. There's no shot blocker down. You got a lot of guys who make good effort plays. That's one thing about the Miami Heat, and I'll put their stats up in a second. They're a good effort play team. And if you look at their numbers for the team real quick, Jimmy Butler, 37. Obviously, that goes down. He ain't throwing no 37 game on the Knicks. I can tell you that right now. I don't care if we got to break one of his legs. He ain't doing that. Real, so Bam Adebayo 17. Then the next top scorer, Gabe Vincent 13, 12 for the Tyler Hero not playing. Victor Oladipo won't be there at 11. Caleb Martin to be there. I think Duncan Robinson numbers might go up because Tyler Hero's not there. They do the same thing for the 3-point line.
Definitely.
Yeah, they not scoring.
He Duncan Robinson, if I'm not mistaken, and since he started in the playoffs, I think he's around 40-some% from shooting threes too.
Yep. And so I think all that get neutralized. And I got a good one I'll put up there later on and show you guys about that. But then if you look at their overall numbers, they assist 25, they assist better, they rebound about 3 or 4 rebounds less than us. I think that changed it for us. So I think we're gonna go up in the high 40s if Julius Randle played over 20-something minutes. He's gonna get us there in 7, 8, 9, 10 rebounds. So I think them numbers will go up. Other than that, man, I think their minute distribution was pretty good because they were blowing them cats out. But best believe they're not scoring no 124 on us average a game. That ain't gonna happen. Not the New York Knicks defense. But if you look at their splits, Jimmy Butler's 59% from the floor, Bam Adebayo 46, 45, 42 for Gabe Vincent, Tyler Hero, he's not there. Victor deep right there. Caleb Martin 63, Kevin Love 41. Duncan Robinson 65 from down. That's downtown. So Kyle Lowry 45. Their numbers are good. They're 51% as a team. 3-point percentage 34%. 45% from downtown.
45, yeah. I know it's over 40.
Yeah, 45 a game from downtown. But they foul text, even though they're a good foul text shooting team, they only shot 74% in the playoffs. So hopefully that stays with the way that is. But other than that, if you look at their numbers, I'm not too worried about this. Only the 3-point, like I said earlier, we need to stop that 3-point shot. If the Knicks beat them, if Knicks guard that 3-point perimeter real well in this series, that series is over. If they just stop this right here, I ain't worried about none of this stuff because these cats ain't gonna shoot. He's not shooting 59% against us the whole series.
No.
None of that's gonna happen. Tyler, if these guys ain't gonna shoot these numbers against the Knicks. Duncan Robinson 65% from downtown is not gonna happen. From the floor, but 40% from downtown, it ain't gonna happen. So I'm really confident that just looking at the numbers and everything, that we can really go out here, neutralize these cats, take away that 3-point shot if we can. And I think that after that, everything else is history. I just think it is, man. So it should be a exciting game overall, and I think we execute the game plan, cross the T's, dot the I's, rebound the basketball, rebound and guard that 3-point line. We beat these cats. Pretty
yeah, it's all about the mantra, man. Control the pace, grab the rebounds, hit your free throws, and just play defense. And it's not even about playing. Last series that when playing the Cavs, they played up on the man, and then Tibbs decided to play either up on the man or that drop coverage so he can command the rebounds, the defensive rebounds, so they'll get a second shot. And I believe he's going to do the same thing on certain players. On certain players, when they shoot, you're going to see people in their face. i.e. Tyler Hero. I mean, not Hero. The redhead kid that they got on the bench, that's shooting like 40-something% right now. They're going to be all up on him. But when you see someone that's shooting 31%, they're going to drop off and play the what is that thing called? Analytics, the analytic game. This guy's not shooting a good percentage. We'll give him the shot. But if this guy that's shooting a high percentage, we play up on him when it looks like he's going to shoot the 3-pointer shot. And that's exactly how you do. And the Knicks close out pretty well on 3-point shots, and they defend pretty well against the 3-point shot. And one of the another things that we have to do is dominate on the inside. You know what I mean? That's one of our strong points when we dominate in the paint. We dominate in the paint. We control the pace. We make some. We don't make too many foolish turnovers, and steal the ball. To turn into fast break points. You know what I mean? All of those things. I think that's that's some keys that we need to put into the lock. You know what I mean? And open the door to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk, man. I couldn't say that better myself, my brother. You did point on all that stuff, man. And for me, it also was the matchup situation. I just think you got to throw Josh Hart on Jimmy Butler, throw him out the gate. Throw him out on the front door. Throw Josh Hart and put him at the 2. Throw him on there, and then obviously, I think that for as the 3 spot, I don't know who's starting there. I think Caleb probably there. And let him and RJ go at it, and Brunson and Vincent. I think you can go a lot of ways with it. You could literally put Josh Hart on Vincent on defense and put RJ on Butler.
Sure can. Yeah, that's probably how they're going to start it. Mm-hmm. That's probably how they're going to start it.
He got a lot of combo situations that Tibbs could throw at these guys just due to the fact of he got a lot of two-way players. And then I think once quickly come out the bench, throw quickly a grind on Duncan Robinson. Quickly defense. So quickly on Duncan Robinson on that 3-point out in that area. That's why I'm confident with if Quentin Grimes come and play the second unit, then all that 3-point shooting they got in that second unit, that's getting neutralized. Quentin Grimes and Manuel quickly, even if you had to throw Deuce and Bride on that perimeter, and them cats they not Billy Ball type guys, so you're not expecting them to do all that anyway. Duncan Robinson is not coming down the lane. So that takes the pressure off the guys. Like, listen, we don't. Not if you did, we got Mitchell Robinson back there, but I do think Quentin Grimes and Manuel quickly in that second unit, if that's the way it go, from a perimeter defense standpoint, gonna be solid. That's gonna be solid. And then obviously Obi Toppin and Hartenstein. I like the way we can get down, man. So I'm hoping that all this stuff comes to fruition, and we really go out there and play a defense solid game, man. If we play a defense solid game, and I think we're gonna be okay. I really do. I think we one of the top teams in the league in defense this year in the playoffs. We really solid in the playoffs, man. And I thought the NBA playoff leaders in a few minutes. We talk about a lot of stats. We can go over. I show it to you. But I'm confident in this team. I'm no doubt about it. Tibbs against Spoelstra. That's the matchup nobody talk about. Tibbs against Eric Spoelstra. Let's see who's going to outcoach one another, or who's going to be able to, adjust to what the other team is doing from a coaching perspective. You got two of the better coaches in the NBA about to go at it. It should be an interesting coaching thing. How they're going to adapt to all this stuff that's going on. So there's going to be a lot of variables in this game that's going to determine what the eye test might not see, because it's what these guys is thinking. It's what is Tibbs thinking? What is Spoelstra thinking? What happens if Jimmy Butler, somebody get in foul trouble? Then what happens? If one of these cats get in foul trouble early, how that'll affect what they do. That's why whoever playing Jimmy Butler, go at him. Go at him. It's only going to be 2 things going to happen. He going to stop you. You will get a bucket, or he going to foul you. So just go at him. Go put the pressure on him, man. Kevin Love, Julius Randle, man, they better put Mitchell Robinson on the baseline a little bit, post Julius Randle against my man, and give him and just eat, just like you at Thanksgiving. Put him down in the paint in the post with Kevin Love and get Julius Randle that ball and just everybody get out the way. Just move, and let him eat. And then you know what? He missed a shot. Here comes Josh Hart with the offensive rebound. Here comes Mitchell Robinson with the offensive rebound, coming over the top. So I think if Mitchell Robinson could pull Bam Adebayo out a little bit, set my man Randle out of the post every now and then, throw that ball down there, and put Kevin Love on the bench. Put him in foul trouble. I think we just got to do what we do best, Shot Power. That's bully ball all day. Bully ball. That's the way we play. We've been doing it for the whole season, and I don't think it changes now. I don't think it changes now. I just think it's the same thing. We just got to get to do it, man. But I think we're gonna be ready to play though. So I think Quentin Grimes gonna come back. We're not gonna expect him to have a great game, but I think his defense gonna be there. His shot might be off because he haven't had a chance to get in the rhythm because of his shoulder. But I think one thing I'm happy about that. I know we're gonna get a lot of good effort from on the defense side of the ball. So I think that's what it's gonna be for me.
Yeah, I believe it, man. I believe however we put the team on the floor, I think we're going to be fully into to be very successful, man. If you put Grimes into that second unit along with IQ, iHeart, and Obi Toppin, I think that's a nice little setup right there. And the one thing that we have are backups for backups. You know what I mean? Our starters to our backups. And we've been playing this 9-man rotation to perfection. You know, we got Mitchell Robinson and iHeart backing him up. You got Julius Randle, you got Obi Toppin backing him up. You got Quentin Grimes, and you got Josh Hart backing him up. You got Brunson, and then you got IQ backing him up. You know what I mean? It's flawless, man. And the way that they switched the team, and so the fifth man on the guy that plays seemingly looks like he should be playing the most minutes is RJ Barrett, because he plays with the first and the second unit. You know what I mean? And he comes into both of those into those spheres, and he really is prepared to play some basketball. And a quick note, RJ really has good games against Miami. RJ really, Miami and Boston, RJ really strives against those teams. So let's see if we can keep those things consecutive. Let's see if RJ can get out and like I said, the first series that we were in, out of our 3 guys, we need 2 of them to pop. You know what I mean? For the game, and all our possibles pop as well. So last game we had we had 5 players in 6 players in double digits. But if we could get RJ and Brunson, or Randle and Brunson, or Randle and RJ, or RJ and Brunson, or if I missed that combination, and what matters is 2 of our 3 guys really pop. And if we could get all 3 of them to pop, that's going to make the whole team even better. All 3, because as you've seen in the last game, when Randle decided not to shoot the 3-pointer, and he started making those power moves, and he was getting double teamed, and he was getting good kickouts to players that was getting the ball into the basket, like that electrifying pass when he backed down. It looked like the whole team, and he kicked the ball out to RJ, and RJ hit that sweet 3-pointer. And I mean, if he can continue to do things like that, man, the pressure right now is not really on us. It's really on Miami, because I believe, they got so many things out about, the 120 points and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know if it's just me or if it's just me being a Knicks fan, but I don't see them scoring though. If they score 124 points, that means we got 132. That's the way I'm looking at it. That means it's going to be a shootout. That means Jalen Brunson, RJ, and Randle was going off. I mean, because I believe it's going to be more on a defensive-minded type of schemes that they do. And I don't know if I see this guy averaging 39, 40, whatever points he's averaging. I don't, like you were saying, showing in the stat sheets, I don't see these guys shooting 58% from 3-pointers and 44% from 3-pointers. Not against the Knicks, man. I just don't see it. We got guys that close out. We got younger guys, more athletic. We run different type of schemes than what Milwaukee does. And Milwaukee's, not the whole team, but a couple of their key players was ailing. And I mean, and if you were to put the New York Knicks against Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis, I think we would have did the same thing.
Yeah, no question, man. For me, it's plain and simple. I think our team is good. I think the Knicks is that good. I don't care what nobody said. We beat a healthy Cleveland team. No, we didn't beat them we beat them. You know what I'm saying?
Beat them.
We beat them. That you can't underestimate what they did. Cleveland could have beat a lot of teams up there at the top.
Facts.
But they ran into a buzzsaw with the Knicks. They ran into a team that's got good defenders. They got good scorers. They had with no matter what Cleveland threw at them, we had the counteract. You had Donovan Mitchell. We had Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? You had Darius Garland at the time. He was going to say R.J. Barrett because Randall wasn't healthy. So no matter what they threw at us, we had the kryptonite for that. You know what I mean? No matter what. And I think it's going to be the same thing with the series. You got Jimmy Butler. We got Jalen Brunson. You got Bam Adebayo. We got Julius Randle. You got whoever. We got R.J. Barrett. No matter what they throw at us, they top dog. We got a top dog can do the same thing they do or even more. You know what I mean? So that's what gives me a lot of confidence about this team, along with their good defense. And we not a good 3-point shooting team, but because of the way we play basketball, we so efficient in a lot of areas that makes up for a lot of that 3-point shooting. But make no mistake about it, I don't think these cats are just gonna come in here and think they do what they did against Milwaukee. Milwaukee was an older team, slower team. Not as young as we are. That team is around 30 years old or something. Then they eat the average age on that team. You know, we got guys that's in their 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 28, the highest that's playing anyway. You know, other than Derrick Rose never Fournier. But we got a young nucleus down there, man. So, and I think we got a lot of energy. So we're gonna be able to close out on them way better than Milwaukee did. Because listen, Chris Middleton can't close out the way Julius Randle or RJ can.
Right.
My man Drew Holiday is a good defender, but closing out though. Grayson Allen close out like our guys. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do. So I think once you made it hard on Giannis, they second scored it. But we don't have that problem in New York. You just said it perfectly. We got 3 guys. Any of them will score at a certain level. So one of them don't got. We still got 2 guys can get it. Well, against Milwaukee, only one guy had it. That was Giannis. He was hurt, and the other guy didn't have it. So I just think it's going to be a different test for Miami to challenge the Knicks in the playoffs. It's going to be a different test. You know, and I think we're going to be up for it, man. So real quick, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Real talk, y'all got it going on in there. Y'all know what it is, man. No way be in here tomorrow morning, the next day, hour for the game. We did it tonight, but we can get ready to get it popping. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for this thing to go down tomorrow. This is almost like a heavyweight championship fight to me, man. This is like Ali, Frazier, whatever, Tyson, whoever. This is what it feels like to me. This is what this thing is about right here. This is what we've been working all season for. Us, the Knicks, the fan base. This is what we've been working hard for. To come to a playoff series against not only a team in the playoff, a rivalry team. I mean, this thing going, we taking this thing back. You know what I mean? Some of the greatest competitive basketball you ever seen in the NBA was between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks. One of the most competitive basketball, along with everything else that went along with it. And I'm hoping that same energy can be brought to the Garden and replicate what they did back then, because I think the team will come out there and they focus, man. They focus, bro. That's all I can say. The Knicks was focused. Tom Thibodeau focused. I listened to his press conference. The man, they focus, bro. They focus. So to get Julius Randle back, shot power, to get Grimes back, even if they 75%, that's amazing. I take them at 75% over a lot of them players in the NBA. Randle at 75% still give you 17 and 9. You know what I mean? So it should be interesting to see, man. It's gonna be fun. Listen, let me show y'all some stats, man. That's I think I want y'all to look at and check it out, because I think it'll really be important just to see overall between these 2 teams what they did in the playoffs. Good little joint here, man. And y'all check it out. And I'm gonna hold the chats. I'm gonna hold the chats until we finish looking at it. Shout out. You look at points per game in the playoffs. Let's look at the start there. Phoenix Suns scored 124. Miami Heat, they wasn't in the points per game, and rebounds per game. Lakers was number 1, the Knicks was 5th, and this through the playoffs. Assists per game, Miami Heat was at 25 per game. They were the 5th in the playoffs. Blocks per game, LA was number 1. We wasn't in that. Steals per game, New York Knicks number 1, Miami Heat at number 3. So that's good. That's going to be a pretty good test there. Field goal percentage, Miami shot 51%. Then Phoenix, Boston, and Denver Nuggets. 3 points made. Miami in the top 5 in the playoffs. 3-point percentage, they was number 1 in the playoffs. Obviously, with that series that they had. Free throw shooting, Philadelphia 66 was number 1. Let me get some other stats that's pretty interesting too. Net rating, Knicks was they were 5th in the playoffs in net rating. 5.4. Obviously Philadelphia 76, they swept the Nets, so that looks crazy. Offense rating, Miami Heat. Defense rating, New York Knicks, number one. Number one in the playoffs so far this year, defense rating. That's what we win the game at right there. Let our defense come to play. Fast break points per game. Check this out. The New York Knicks was number 4. Number 4.
Major.
Four. New York Knicks 4th in the playoffs. Second chance points per game. The New York Knicks 3rd in the
3. Mm-hmm.
And that's legit right there, man. Drive per game. None of them teams was up in there. Drives points per game. Miami was at number 3, 29.4. I think Mitchell Robinson changed that a little bit in this series. Field goal percentage on drives. Miami Heat was 54th, 3rd. Like I said, I think Mitchell Robinson changes that. Pull-up shooting per game. Miami Heat was at the top of the league at number 1 in the playoffs. Catch and shoot points per game. Miami was number 3. Elbow points per game. None of them two teams was there. Pace. Miami was number 3 for as pace. Miles per game, Miami, and average speed, Miami. They were playing pretty much up to.
I'm surprised we're not in pace. I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too, man. But I think that got a lot to do with the way, because I think the Cleveland and the New York City was like a slow down half court.
Yeah, that's true. Like you would have slowed it.
Yeah, I think that might be the only reason I could think of. Hustle played Miami. Miami got loose ball. That's what I was telling everybody watch out for. They're good at the deflection plays, loose balls, and screen assists per game. That's what I was talking about before we came up on that. Like, you got to watch the cats with that. Clutch wins. Neither one of us in there. Plus minus, Miami was number 1 in the playoffs. Free throw percentage, 80-something. New York Knicks 100. Don't understand that. I wondered that from, but they was 4th. Scoring, Milwaukee off percentage of 0.3 points. Milwaukee, Miami was number 4th. Points off of points in the paint. The New York Knicks was number 3.
I know we kill people in the paint, man. We kill teams in the paint, man.
Absolutely. Shooting the zone after they was hot right there in the corner 3. Restricted area field goal percentage. Miami was number 3 in the league at that time. There was a mid-range field goal percentage. They was down there. They was in the top 5. Let's put it like that. So second round of points per game. New York Knicks 36 points. They was in the building in that. No, there wasn't another category there. Bench points. The Knicks was 5th. Miami was number 1. The Knicks was number minutes per game. The Knicks was 16 minutes per game off the bench. Points per game, they was number 2, and Knicks was number 4. Miami was 39 points. We was 29. I think that's a different. Now you got to also take that into equation. We had to put Obi Toppin in the starter lineup, so that took away from the bench point. We had to put Josh Hart in the starting lineup because down. So that also changes the direction of the bench point. I think we had one of the better benches in the league this year. I think the number would be different if Randall and Quentin Grimes wouldn't have went down. They probably would have been top. They probably would have been number 1 almost with Sacramento. But other net rate, Miami had a 5.9. So there was just some good stats that I've seen out there that was interesting, man. Offense rating, Miami was 5th. And defense rating, the Knicks was 90. It was number 3. Cleveland Cavaliers 96.8. Memphis 97. Knicks 98. That's big for us right there. So, I think overall, points allowed per game, Philly only allowed 92. The New York Knicks only allowed 94. So you take that offense extravaganza hypothetically that you think they was getting off against Milwaukee, they would not get that off against the Knicks, and you could book that. They would not get that off against the New York Knicks. So that's why I'm confident about what I see here, man. After we looking at all this stuff, man, we go out there and play the right way. Them cats can't beat us, man. I don't think they can beat us, hands down. I really believe that. Because I just think we got a lot of things that neutralizes them in a lot of areas that they was doing against Milwaukee, they won't do against us. Because I think we are a faster team. We got a little more youth, got a little bit more energy, and we got more. I think we got guys who could really get it going when they're hot, like Randall and Brunson and Arden. When they're going, they're going. I just don't think Milwaukee had that. After you took out Giannis, you was hoping Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton would get it off. Nah, not that. So that's not us. So let's see how it goes, man. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm really looking at this thing to get popping, shot power. But I look at all those stats though. I like a lot of them stats that was up in there because the Knicks bolted well in a lot of categories. I think that's what propelled us in that Cleveland series. Yeah,
I mean, like you said, Divine. The big thing about us not being that second unit, being in that second unit number is because of Julius Randle and Quentin Grimes. You know what I mean? Those two guys had to be filled in by Obi Toppin and by Josh Hart. And you know, if we were fully manned with Grimes and Julius, I think we would have been ranked at least you know, in the top 5 as well. So with that being said, I've seen what we did with this team in the regular season, and I know the playoffs is a little bit different, but we're not much of a different team, man. With the things that you showed on the board right there, we dominate in the paint. We keep teams under 101 points, 102 points. We crash the boards. We all those things that you showed up there is all about defense that you always talk about. And we really play some pretty decent defense. Our offense is coming around, but our defense is stellar. You know what I mean? Under Tom Thibodeau. Could you imagine once the defense start clicking and our 3-point offense starts clicking as well? You know, hopefully we can see that. Hopefully we can see that in the ending part of this series that we play against Miami. Like I said, if we could get closer to 36% shooting from 3-point range, I think it's going to be a hard out to try to beat the New York Knicks with the stellar defense that we're doing, the points in the paint that we're doing, the offensive rebounding that we're doing, the defensive rebounding that we're doing. You know, we're not shabby at assists, but I think we're under the top 5. And I don't think we're so far under the top 5. I think we're I think the average was 20, 21 or something like that. You know, not so bad, you know what I mean? So I'm not feeling no pressure against this team. Like you said, if we got guys that could go off too. And if oh my God, I forgot the guy's name again, Divine. Butler. Jesus. If Butler goes off, Brunson could go off. If and if you have anybody else that decides that they want to get a Bayou want to go off, I think we can have either RJ, Obi, or Randall go off as well. And with the other fleeting guys that they got, I think RJ can handle them too. RJ has a very good games points per game against Miami. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna love to play this team, knowing that he can whoever holds him. The one thing that I if they try to double team and do something similar like how Cleveland was doing, and RJ is on that wing like he was before, and he gets that ball on that wing, he is going to bully ball Vincent or whoever else is holding him going to that hole. They have no shot block really like a Mitchell Robinson. You know, Bio can do it, but if Mitchell Robinson steps out a little bit, and I mean, it's a big thing for me is going to be about how Mitchell Robinson, if he can stay in the game. If he stays in the game and doesn't get those early ticky-tack fouls, I think we dominate, man. I think we're going to go in there and you know what I mean? I don't think we're going to blow them out, but I think we're going to dominate tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what's interesting to me is, you know, I'm looking at that starting lineup. And I'm like, if Gabe Vincent is the starting guard instead of Kyle Lowry, and they do throw Caleb Martin in at the 2, or Jimmy Butler at 2, Caleb at the 3, excuse me. You know, it's interesting to me that you really can throw Josh Hart at Vincent. You throw Josh Hart at Vincent. You know what I mean? Good defender, got enough speed to stay up with him, got a little height over him. We know, and I think you can do that. And then you throw Julius Randle, RJ Barrett on Jimmy Butler. It can go that way. And obviously, Caleb Martin is not a threat, so you can put Jalen Brunson on him. Other than he shoot the ball, you know, he's just a taller guy. But then also he got to play on the other side of the ball. So it's a lot of combinations we can throw at these guys, man, to make this thing hard on them. But I do think our defense comes to the forefront tomorrow. And I think they come out there and play some stellar defense tomorrow. Shut this thing down early. I want to see them start early, I would love to see them get out to a good run. That way, if Julius Randle play tomorrow, which I think he's going to play, get a good lead in the first quarter, pull Julius Randle out, put Obi Toppin in, let Obi Toppin sort some energy up and down the floor to get the cats in a certain situation. And I think we're good to go. So, and then like he said, get grounded, quickly contribution. It's a wrap. You're 100% right. Nick won today. Knicks won today. If them cats come to play quickly in the grind, and that's because they play on both sides of the ball. That's definitely overshot power because this you already know they're good defenders, but they also can score the ball too. So I like our chances, man. I really do. Hartenstein backing up Mitch. That's going to be interesting. Like I said, we got enough firepower. If we had to throw Deuce McBride in there for a while, so be it. Next man up, whatever. But we good. I think we good, man. I think the New York Knicks is good. It'll be an entertaining game tomorrow. It'll be a really, really electric. When I mean electric, it's going to be like lightning, basically. Forget electric, lightning. It's going to be amped up in New York City, orange and blue skies. It's going to be raining where I'm at, but no matter what, inside that building, it's going to be on and popping up in there. You're going to have not only the fan base, the old heads, the old Knick conglomerate down there, the stars, the celebrities, everybody, man. It's just going to be crazy up in there, man. So we really got to enjoy this game, take this in, because let me tell y'all something, baby. The New York Knicks is going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm putting it out there right now, and I ain't backing nothing up. I'm telling you real talk. The New York Knicks will be playing in the Eastern Conference Finals by the end of next week. You can book that. You can book it.
I'm gonna roll with my man D Rise. I'm just gonna caveat off of his finals. I believe it's Miami. I believe it's the Celtics, and I want it to be the Lakers instead of the Suns. You know what I mean? I think the Lakers want to try to capture a title, and what better way to win a championship is against LeBron. You know what I mean? Probably on one of his last years that he might be trying to hold on to his son getting into the league. So, I mean, let's see what happens, man. If I'm not mistaken, the Knicks are on average, I think it was 16% to win the championship this year, or was it 22% to make the Eastern Conference Final and 15%? I think that's the third highest in the league over the Suns, over the Lakers, over all of these teams and stuff like that. I think the percentages is right around there. I'm not 100%. I seen them. I can't remember a little bit, but I know they were just about those. I think the Knicks were third in making the finals, and all three teams were from the East. It was Philly, Boston, and the New York Knicks to win, if I'm not mistaken, to win the finals this year. So let's see if we can bring that to fruition. You know what I mean? I think Philly might get knocked off, and I think we could beat the Boston, but Knicks one game at a time. And tomorrow's big game, and like I always say, man, control the pace, grab these rebounds, hit our free throws. I'm predicting 105 to 101 New York Knicks tomorrow.
Okay, 105, 101. I got you. Hey, Dylan G. He said, "What is this? I don't understand. I don't. You had to kind of clarify what you're talking about. What do you don't understand? Hit me back up with a chat and let me know what you're talking about, because I really don't understand what you're saying when you say, what is this question? I don't understand. Holler at me, let us know what you're talking about. We can respond to your chat. But salute to the chat and everybody in the building, man. Real talk. It's game day, man. Like I said, it's game day. We did the game day before the game. Normally we on an hour before the game, leading up the tip off. But right now we just want to get on tonight, man, because I know tomorrow everybody gonna be really ready to get into their zone. And get ready for that game. It's gonna be a really, really first big important game for us, man. To win that first game, set the tone for the rest of the second round. We just got to protect the home court, man. Keep our home court advantage. That's all this goal comes down to. We got home court advantage in the playoffs. We just got to keep it, no matter what. But I'm confident in our team, though. I'm confident this team been confident all year. The Knicks haven't made me feel not less one iota unconfident about what they could do. They showed us in the Cleveland series what they could do. And I think it's going to continue right over. You know what I mean? And I think right before this playoff started, we said the team was coming into the playoffs on a good note. Even though Julius Randle went down, we was coming into the playoffs on a good note. We was heading in the right direction. And I think that's the reason why we are where we are, man. We took care of that business in the first round masterfully. Defense masterclass against 2 7-footers. Mitchell Robinson masterclass. Jalen Brunson masterclass. RJ in the last 3 games, or 2 games, whatever, masterclass, 3 games, excuse me. Josh Hart masterclass. These cats came to play, man, and I think you're going to get the same thing. I don't think you're going to get nothing different that you didn't get in Cleveland series that you're going to get in this series. The Knicks know they not done. They say they're not done. I believe they're not done. And let's see how it goes, man. It's going to be a tough game. Miami's a real talented team. But and like I said, you pretty much mirroring each other's organization. They're Tom Thibodeau and Eric Spoelstra. They're just a carryover from Pat Riley and them '90s Knicks, and so they know what they're doing. Jimmy Butler know what Tom Thibodeau about. Tom Thibodeau know what Jimmy Butler about. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Let's not get it twisted. We just got to go out there and play our game and cross our T's, dot our I's, play for 48 minutes, rebound the basketball, hit the free throws like Shaw said, get the pace going. Dominant on the defense side of the ball. We do that, this thing is over. And that's all I can say. Don't let that Milwaukee Bucks series fool you guys. That can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? You know, they caught a hot team at the wrong time. And when Giannis not being 100%, and Miami had a little bit of something that them cats wasn't ready for, and they beat them. And, you know, but I don't think Miami is that better than Cleveland. At least it didn't show that. You know, I think they just as equal to me for the talent. But I think that team was a little bit more younger than the Miami Heat. So we'll see. When they throw the ball up tomorrow at 1 o'clock, let's hope that the Knicks fan base is rowdy, crazy, electric, just like he was in the first round. And I think we're going to be okay, man. So I'm really looking forward to a good one. This is going to be a phenomenal one here, man. We guard that three-point line. This series is over. I'm letting y'all know that right now. You stop that three-point shooting in Miami, which I think we had come out there and play it, this series is over. I don't think they got enough inside force to mess with the Knicks. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love don't even operate down there like that. So if we guard that perimeter, that three-point perimeter, we guard that, they don't got none force in the other areas. They don't. They just got that big of a team. They don't have the skilled players like that because Jimmy Butler, he's not a tall guy, but he will go down there and get aggressive. But you know, I do think Bam Adebayo, he played well with that mid-range right around the three-point, from the
filing like.
And yeah, he got a good little jump shot there. And all Mitchell Robinson got to do is just try to alter it the best way he can. And then everybody crash the boards like they do. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's get it. What would your score, Shop Howard?
105 to 100.
Okay.
I think they take that 129 killer that they was doing against the Memphis and bring them back to reality. And I mean, I think they bring it back to reality. My big thing about that is, you know, without Hero, without Oladipo, you know, who's gonna guard Brunson? You know what I mean? Is it going to be Vincent? Is it going to be Duncan Robinson? Is it going to be Max Strus or whatever? I don't think none of those guys can do anything with Jalen Brunson. And if you decide that you want to, you know, Butler go off, I believe the negative. I mean, damn, I can't. My words are messed up today. I think Jalen Brunson can match any score that Butler could put in the basket. If he scored 35, Brunson could go out there and give you 30, 32. You know what I mean? 36 or whatever. You know what I mean? I think whatever. I think there's Brunson is a different animal. You know what I mean? Everyone's talking about Butler and animal, all of this stuff. Jalen Brunson is not playing in the playoffs. He didn't play in the playoffs last year, and I don't think that he hasn't played any less in this game. Only game that I seen him lack a little bit was game 2 when they lost, when they started using that long double team on him. And once Tom Thibodeau got back home and seen what he needed to see, it was a wrap after that. So I believe the same thing is going to happen. You know, and kudos to Tom Thibodeau for allowing himself to make different moves this year, substitutions this year. Salute to Johnny Bryant for being in Tom Thibodeau's ears, helping him understand what he's not paying attention to. You see Bryant always when a timeout or something come, he goes to one individual player and he talks to him, he pulls him over to the side, he may say something to him that'll just get them started. And I love the way the Knicks are playing this year. Like I said, 105, 101 New York Knicks, we bring them back to reality.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna go 112, 103.
Okay.
112, 103. I think we couldn't expose Cleveland because of that front line. I don't think that front line gonna have effect on our front line like Cleveland did on us.
Right. I could believe that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that now RJ and Randall and them go down there against their guys, whether it's Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, whoever. They just don't got that side like them cats that had us like, okay. But then we kind of started doing it once we really know that we had them. And then I think if we do what we did against them, it's gonna be a long day for the Miami Heat, man. Listen, don't get it twisted. Even in the regular season, we won by 2 points, 3 points, 7 points, or whatever. I get it, but I do think that this is a different Knicks team. I think this team is more locked in. That's why I'm glad we played them in March at almost all 4 games at the end of March. Damn near. You know what I mean? So we got a kind of familiarity with these guys. We know what they throw at us. We know what they can throw at us. And we know what Eric Spoelstra can do. It's just all about what we do. Whoever got the will, the one with the strongest will will win this series. No question about it. Our will got to match their will, which I know it will, because our will been solid all year. These cats ain't backing down. The New York Knicks is not backing down. They come out to play every night, and I think they're gonna come out to play tomorrow afternoon at the Garden and give us that 1-0 lead for Tuesday, Shot Power. So everybody in the chat, man, let's get it popping tomorrow. Y'all get up and get in. Go get your gate, get everything you need to do to get it out the way tomorrow, man, and get ready to lock yourselves in. Tell everybody who ain't watching Knicks, shut the doors, lock the doors, leave me alone, because it's on. I'm letting you know, man. So just go in there and let's have fun with it. And let's watch these cats do what they do, man. Let's see if the Knicks can get us to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm confident they can. I don't see no reason why they can't. And let's go get it, man. Let's go out there and let them throw that ball up, man. And see if we can get it and get on this thing, man, and have me wilding on Tuesday, whatever. But it's going to be fun, man. So y'all enjoy the game and all that good stuff, man. And y'all make sure y'all hit them thumbs up from you and me and my brother. You know how we do up here at Knicks Real Talk. Game day the day before or the night before. We came in here to get a popper, man. But we're going to get out of here, man, because for you cats to do what y'all got to do, and I know we got to do what we need to do. I could do this all night, but it won't be not tonight, but we can get a popper another night. Enjoy the game, everybody, man. Enjoy this game. Get that orange and blue popping, man. Make sure y'all stay solid, stay locked in, and make her feel the energy through the TV, man, whatever. You know what I mean? Make her feel it, man. It's going to be a beautiful one to watch, and I'm ready for it, man. Let's get it popping, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go. We need this. This is big right here. This is big. We already, believe it or not, we said the Knicks get out the first round, they accomplished their goal. That's just what we wanted. But they got bigger ones. The Knicks team got bigger goals than us. But you know what? They're making us feel like we got the goals they got now. Let's get to the Eastern Conference Final. Let's get this shit popping, man. That's what it is. Shot Powell, give me a last word, my brother. We're gonna get out of here.
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat as always. Let's get ready for the game. I'll be watching it, so I know y'all all going to be watching it too. And we'll be on the check-in in a little bit. You know what I mean? Salute to you, Divine. I hit you on the text in the morning and stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the game. Thanks for coming in the show. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, leaving out the door. Say no more, man. Listen. Orange and blue skies, man. We got to get it popping up in there tomorrow. That place gonna be lit. I'm gonna be lit. The city gonna be lit. Everybody gonna be lit. Let's get the New York Knicks. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go. We'll see y'all tomorrow after this propelling victory tomorrow. Let's get it popping. Peace, everybody. Y'all have a good one, man. And we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Salute to you guys, man. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knick shit, dripping in Knick shit. Up in the world most famous arena. Look at Click, that's the conglomerate. Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for how early we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that's the things we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo windows, headspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. The city decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.